count of people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is that better? My finger's fine. Alright. Note card. Two. Thank God I get note cards. So, good afternoon. My name is Michelle Daly. Did you know that in 2017, the American Psychological Association did a survey that said that 71% of Americans felt the symptom of stress in a period of a month. According to the APA, the symptoms of stress are headache, fatigue, upset stomach, anxiety, depression, muscle tension, and changes of appetite, just to name a few. And the most common definition of stress is physical, mental, emotional strain or tension by the American Institute of Stress. And of course, stress, there's two different kinds. There's the acute stress, like me trying to give a speech. I'm feeling the symptoms, but when I'm dying, they'll go away and I'm fine. And of course, chronic stress, which can lead to health issues. As you're all in the health profession, I'm not going to get into that one way too much, but of course, chronic stress can lead to things like high blood pressure or a compromised immunity system, which can lead to illnesses or lengthening time of healing injuries. But what we are going to talk about is some of the healthier ways of being able to combat stress, because it is important to kind of limit your chronic stress. So things like eating healthy, exercise, and finding leisure activities to be able to help. And we're going to talk about whether or not chocolate actually is really good for you and if work-life balance is actually important. So the first stress relief technique we're going to go over is eating healthy. According to Hillis, our appetite responds to stress in two particular ways. We either get a lack of appetite or we overeat or comfort eating. And of course, comfort foods are all fatty, rich, non-nutritious food, which either direction you can lead to issues with either anemia or obesity. So the importance is finding the balance of having 3 balanced meals of fruit, vegetables, and protein. And if during the day you need energy, having healthier snacks like yogurt or a handful of nuts. It's not about dieting or losing weight. It's about making sure your body gets the proper nutrients. Because as Hillis says, a properly nourished body is better at coping with stress. Of course, there's lots of ideas about whether or not chocolate actually helps with stress. And there is research in this. The most recent study that I was able to find was Loam Lulin looked at specifically dark chocolate, and it's the coca in chocolate. And they saw positive effects in mood and in stress. So there is research that says dark chocolate in limited quantities can help with stress relief. So, and of course, after you feed your body, it's about exercising your body. So the next technique we're going to talk about is exercise. There was a research study done in Finland about exercise in workplace. They did an experimental control group. So there was a group of individuals who didn't exercise, and then their experimental group where they did 3 exercises a week and then 2 months of group exercises. After 12 months, they did a survey of both groups, and they discovered that the group that had done the exercise had 16% decrease of stress symptoms, and the control group that did no exercise had no discernible difference. But it's strenuous exercise is not for everybody. So things like meditation or yoga is also a possibility. According to Norrington and Kravitz, breathing techniques are often advocated for stress relief or just simple calming. The big thing, Paranoma breathing technique, which is what's used in meditation and yoga. It's about inhalation, retention, and exhalation, which is what I'm going to show you guys today. It's the common breathing technique in yoga and meditation, and it's something really quick and simple when you're feeling kind of stressed out in your day. It's breathing from your diaphragm. So if you put your hand on your diaphragm and you take a deep breath in, your chest cavity expands, your hand moves, you hold it, let it out. Chest cavity goes back to normal, your hand goes in, hold, out. You can pick the pace and do it at a moderate pace, or you can do it at a super slow pace. It's something simple and easy you can do during your day when you're feeling stressed to find just a little bit of peace and calm. And now that you've nourished your body and you've exercised your body, it's time to exercise your mind. And this is the fun one. We're going to talk about leisure activities. Pinker in 2014 said that 41% of Americans don't use their vacation time from work, which is bad. Right? No, but this is also bad because in the American Psychological Association survey, it showed that 61% of the individuals surveyed said that work was one of their highest causes of stress. There's no one answer to your leisurely time. So it's about finding what works for you. It's the work-life balance. Do you like quiet activities like reading? Do you want to go outside and go hiking? Do you spend time with your friends and family? It's finding what works for you to decompress and to de-stress. So I'm sure everybody has stress in their life. It's work, it's family. Nobody has the same stress symptoms. Everybody has different physical or emotional ones. In the same way that everybody finds how to combat stress in themselves differently. Maybe you'll find that working on your diet helps, or finding some kind of physical routine, or even what kind of leisurely activities that you like to engage in. But it is important, as you all know, to combat the chronic stress, to help alleviate it some for medical reasons. So if you can figure out a way to help yourself, you might be able to find a calmer, stress-limited life. Thank you all for listening to me today. Was there any questions? At all? Oh, you gotta have one. And actually, I did have to throw this on there because I know you're all asking about if there is research for the chocolate thing. I did find another study that showed just pharmacy students, they did chocolate, they ate more around their test time, and that actually showed that they did feel a decrease in stress around their tests and anxiety. Yes, it was pretty cool.
So they need to do the technique breathing.
It'll help.